Hello viewers and welcome back to episode 15 of Saving Southend with me, Bearlenation. Today you join me for two home games against Accrington and Bolton. We played right through January where we played 7 or 8 games. We played a lot of games in that month. We've done okay. League's looking rather well actually at the moment considering some of the results that we picked up. We've got a couple of new faces in the building as well. We've also got some weldy goals to show you today. Roll the intro and let's get straight into it. So you joined us on Friday where we drew 1-1 with Grimsby. Then we kicked off the new year with the FA Cup where we lost 1-0 to Torquay from the division below. A game where we just didn't turn up. We weren't up to our best. I mean, Stephen Payne scoring a 6 there. Terrible performance. And thoroughly deserved to get knocked out of the Cup. Disappointed we couldn't progress to the 4th round. But we'll try again next season. In the Pizza Trophy, we lost 3-1 to Tottenham under-23s. We did score in the first minute, which gave us a good start to the game. And you think, oh, maybe we can go on and win this. But 2 late goals in the 82nd and 88th minute rounded off a 3-1 victory for Tottenham, and we crashed out of that cup. The first league game of 2022 saw us take on Morecambe, who were bottom of the table, and we won 1-0, but an 84th minute penalty is how we picked up those 3 points. Again, a performance where we weren't really the best of our abilities, but we picked up the 3 points, and that's the important thing. We then drew a 0-0 away from home at Bradford. Again, not a bad result considering, but I would like to have picked up maybe 3 points here. We then followed that up with a 2-2 draw with Yeovil at home, a game where we were 2-0 down. Demani Mella in the 80th minute rescuing a point for us. To come back from 2-0 down, especially at home, I think it's a really good result because it could have gone either way, especially when we're 2-0 down at half time. So it gave us that bit of momentum to carry on forward. We then followed that up with a 5-1 victory away at Salford. Salford were 1-0 up in 2 minutes, but we pulled goals back in the 9th and 10th minute to make it 2-1. Salford had a man sent off in the 37th minute, and then we went to town. Nathaniel George has scored 2 absolute worldy goals in this game, which we'll show you after we've gone through the recap. A really good performance all round. I'm really happy with those 3 points. We then had a disappointing away loss to Cheltenham, 2-1, where they were 1-0 up in the 3rd minute and then got the 3 points in the 83rd minute. Nathaniel George scoring again. He seems to be performing really well, and we have rewarded him with a new contract as well, so he is sticking around for a bit longer, which isn't bad for a player that I thought was absolutely rubbish last season. He's really coming to his own. And then the last game we played rounded off 3 away games in a row where we had a 0-0 draw against Carlisle. Again, a game where I was a little bit disappointed that we could only pick up a point, but where we've had 3 games in a week, to pick up 4 points out of possible 9, it's not bad when they're all away from home. And that leads us nicely into today's games against Accrington and Bolton. But before we get there, we'll show you these 2 weldy goals from Nathaniel George in the Salford game, and then we'll show you the new signings. So here's goal number 1. Oscar Bob cuts into that middle and then goes right onto that left-hand side. Lovely ball to Nathaniel George, who does a step over and nestles it neatly past that goalkeeper. A step over from a League 2 winger is absolutely unbelievable and a really, really good goal. This was our 3rd goal of the game and his 2nd of the game. Dieng with a lovely ball into Payne, who just tees up Nathaniel George and hits it first time, and it flies past the goalkeeper outside of the area. Wonderful, wonderful strike, and he's done really, really well there to score. Let's have a look at the new faces at the club. First up, welcome Josh McEachran. I cannot believe we've got someone of his ability and his stature into the club. 3-star ability, potential 3-star, so he's playing close to his potential. He's joined on a 6-month deal until the end of the season, which gives us a lot of flexibility. On £1,800 a week, which is a lot, but in that defensive midfield role and the central midfield role, he's played 3 games at the moment with an averaging 6.77. So there's plenty of time for him to grow into the rest of the season. Physically, he's not the best. He could be a little bit better, which is maybe why I wonder no club has snapped him up since being released at the end of last season. But again, when you look at him, for this level of football, he's got good first touch, good passing, good technique. Mentally, he's really good. Work rate could be a little bit better and off the ball, but his vision's really good. He's got good teamwork, makes good decisions. To me, for a 6-month deal on the money he's on, there's not a lot of risk involved, and he seems to be doing quite well so far. As I say, he's dropped down from the Championship last season where he didn't really play for Birmingham. He's played He's played in the Premier League before. He's played 192 games, so he brings a lot of experience to this team. He's only scored 1 goal in his career, which I didn't realise until now. Maybe he can pop up with a few goals. We'll have to wait and see. But I am excited to see what Josh can do for the next 6 months here. If things don't work out, he'll just get released in the summer, and that was the beauty of this deal. And finally, welcome Ty Sodji. He's come on loan from our parent club, Manchester City. A striker. Goals did dry up a little bit from our strikers in January. As you saw, Stephen Payne only got a couple to his name. So I did feel as though we maybe just needed to bring 1 or 2 more in for competition. We ended up bringing in this lad from Man City. He's costing us nothing until the end of the season because he is on loan from our affiliate club. Really good physicals when you look at him. Good pace with 11, good natural fitness. Can jump for a ball as well. Good finishing and good first touch. Composure's decent with 11 as well. Heading and decision making could be a little bit better, but as an 18-year-old, they will grow in time. Whether he has an impact in this season or not will have to remain to be seen. He's only made 1 appearance off the bench so far, but I am excited to see if he can impact the rest of this season. And then just before we get into his Accrington game views, we are currently sitting 6th in the league on 50 points, so we are 12 points away from those automatic promotion places. We're going to need to go on a big run now if we want to go up automatically. It is more looking like the playoffs are going to be our aim this season. Hopefully we can pick up some more points today to extend that gap. We play Accrington, who are in 13th today, and then we play Bolton, who are currently sitting in 20th. Again, both home games, you would hope we could win both, maybe pick up a draw against Accrington and beat Bolton. We certainly don't want to be losing any games at this stage of the season. Let's get straight into this Accrington game. And here we are then, viewers. The starting 11 is Mark Oxley in goal, Neufeld left back, Lennon and Con in the centre with Oyegoki on the right, McEachran in the defensive midfield, Walker and Dieng in the centre, Nathaniel George out wide on the left, Bob out wide on the right, and Stephen Payne leading that line for us once again. Hopefully we can pick up the 3 points today. As I said, a point would be the worst case scenario, I think, of what we would want today. 2 home games, we need to be winning these games. We can't afford to lose, especially at this point of the season. Tell the boys that we could fall out of the playoff places if things go against us today, and we don't want that to happen. We need to just try and impress on them that this is our aim for this season. I know we are overachieving, but we can't be sticking around in this division too long. And here we are then. Kickoff is here at Roots Hall. It looks like they are playing a back 3 with 2 wing backs, so hopefully we can neutralise them. It looks a very defensive formation playing, and there's a big gap in that middle. Hopefully we can pick up the 3 points and just overrun them in those areas to get the points. Nothing really to note in the first 20 minutes though, although the first highlight does come here and it goes to Accrington. They play it back, a long ball over the top, and it's headed away by Con. Not very well though, and it's gone straight to an Accrington foot, who are working it into the box. Can we defend this ball? They've still got it edge of the area. They've unleashed an effort and it's gone in. Seamus Connolly makes it 1-0 after just 23 minutes. A lovely bit of play by Accrington there. It was Con's header away that just wasn't far enough, and it went straight to Accrington. Lovely bit of short passing. We just bamboozled the defenders who were all over the place. Seamus Connolly comes out of nowhere and sticks it in the back of the net after 23 minutes. And we are 1-0 down at home. I think it's time to demand some more. I think we've just accidentally pressed no pressure there. We've accidentally just pressed no pressure. Well, that's not gone well. Right, now it's time to demand more. I can't believe we just pressed no pressure. Why on the sideline would, when you're 1-0 down, a manager be going, no pressure? Horrendous. Right, tell the boys to see something in that second half. We've not seen a highlight from us all game so far, which is really poor, and we need to change that quickly. As things stand at the moment, we do drop out of those playoff places on goal difference, so it is vital that we pick up at least a point today. We're going to encourage the boys. I mean, 60 minutes gone again, no real highlights. It is time for a change because we're not seeing anything out of anybody. Payne comes off, so we'll stick Damani Mello up top. Oscar Bob's having a poor game, so we'll bring on Pablo Moreno, and we'll just see if those two have an influential decision on the game. They do new players, and see if they can make that bit of difference for us. 20 minutes to go, and it's nothing, just absolutely nothing. 15 minutes, it's just petering out this game. We've not seen us have a highlight all game. 10 minutes to go, it's time for one final throw of the dice. We'll bring Dieng on in the midfield and bring Danny Guthrie on just for some fresh legs. And we'll go very attacking highlight. It does go to Accrington. This is not looking good with 8 minutes to go. Can we win this ball back? I mean, we've not had one highlight go in our favour so far. We've only really had the two, and that's been the goal from Accrington. And this one is come back off the defender, Nathaniel George. Can he break forward now? He's coming down on this left. Can he find a pass to unlock? He's unleashed. Oh, Nathaniel George goes close. He saw his name in the headlights. He saw his name in the stars. Oh. And we've lost 1-0. In probably the quietest and poorest game we've seen so far this season, I would say. That wasn't good enough. That was shocking. Absolutely shocking. Tell the boys we're not happy with that. It is now so important that we pick up 3 points at Bolton. I say at Bolton, against Bolton. A 1-0 loss at home to 13th place to make us drop out the playoffs is unforgivable. Bolton have drawn 1-1 today, so hopefully that doesn't give them too much momentum going into the game with us. Join me again in a minute and we will play that Bolton game. Welcome back for the Bolton game, viewers. 4 changes for today. Reese Chandler comes in at left back due to a suspension to Neufeld. We don't actually have anyone else at left back. I didn't know that until now, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Ollie Younger comes in the centre alongside Finley Burns, and Demani Mellor starts up top. So that means the starting 11 is Oxley in goal, Chandler at left back, Young and Burns in the centre with Oyegoki on that right hand side. McKecker in the defensive midfield with Walker and Dieng in front of him, Nathaniel George on that left, Bob on the right, and Mellor leading that line. We've got to improve. We have to improve from the game against Accrington. If we don't improve, our season will just peter out and we'll end up with absolutely nothing. We have given a team meeting to the boys and just say it's important that we don't let the recent drop in form become too effective and try and turn this around quickly, which they all reacted well to. And usually that's a good sign. That usually means you're going to play quite well the next game. Those are the famous last words, viewers. Here we are then. Kickoff is here at Roots Hall, and the first height goes to Bolton in that second minute. What was I just saying? Oh, and McCracken clears it away. I was thinking we're going to concede there, and Oscar Bob picked up an injury already. A potential groin injury. That could be quite serious if he's coming off after just 3 minutes. Moreno comes onto the field as a result. Not a change that we wanted to be making so early on. And that could cause us all sorts of problems going forward for the rest of the season, because Oscar Bob has been a really, really influential player in this team. Another highlight, it's headed away and it's come to Nathaniel George now. It did start as a Bolton highlight, but it's ended up as looking like it could be one of ours. And it looks like they've got plenty of men behind the ball. They're going to come here and play for a point as McKecken clears it away and it's gone straight to a Bolton shirt. But Mellor wins it back, gives it to Nathaniel George, who... Yeah, he's trying it. He's trying. It's worked before. Doesn't mean it's going to work every time, Nathaniel. You need to understand that. You need to really understand that it isn't going to work. Just half an hour in. And another highlight to Bolton, which is a poor throw, and Walker picks it up, feeds in Mellor, 1-on-1, and Demani Mellor's there. That's the first attacking highlight we've seen in... I think that's actually about the third attacking highlight we've seen in both games, and we've scored from it. And there it is, half an hour up, a poor Bolton throw-in, which Walker nicked in and won the ball back, and Mellor unleashes an absolute wonder strike there to put, well, I say wonder strike, a really powerful strike to shift it past the goalkeeper, and it is 1-0. And that sees us just outside of those playoff places at the moment. Oyegoki into McEachran. What can he do? Finds Younger at centre-back, into Walker now. Nathaniel George is unleashed. Nathaniel George is just challenged. Really, really good challenge by the Bolton defender there. I thought he was just going to put it into the back of that net, but not to be. And that would have been a really, really good work goal. Nathaniel George is causing all sorts of problems today, by the looks of it. Younger plays it back to Oxley. He gives it to Burns. Dieng McEachran launches it up top. Mellor gets onto it. Oh, and another powerful strike by Demani Mellor there. But it's straight at the goalkeeper this time and goes out for a corner just before half-time. And we don't get to take the corner. It is half-time now, viewers, and a positive first half, and it is looking good at the moment. We'll tell the boys that we are happy with things, but again, still got the faith in them to go out and do even more. We don't want to win 1-0. We want to absolutely ship goals past Bolton today. We want to put 3 or 4 past them, and that's a big ask in 45 minutes. But you never know. Football's a strange thing. Stranger things have happened. Although, coming up to the hour mark, we've not had a highlight since. At the moment, we are 2 points out of those playoff places. now a 1 point. Results are changing and effective things. First half of the second half does go to Bolton. We need to concentrate here. As Bolton are in, good save by Oxley. It looked like he was offside. I think Delfonso was offside there, which is good. Really good defensive line there and worked positively. I think we'll drop some praise on the boys. Or there's a Bolton free kick which is whipped in and Oxley tips it over. I think no, it's just headed over. I thought Oxley had tipped it over the bar. Just realised we've not made a sub with 9 minutes to go. We'll wait for this highlight to go. Young into Burns, back to Younger. It looks for Miller, who's just headed it away by the Bolton defender, who come forward once again. A long ball to no one. Chandler clears it away really well though, into that midfield area, which Bolton lose out to Walker, who's coming forward. He's switched it over to the right hand side. What can Moreno do here? Dieng, edge of the area, 1-0. There it is. Demanding Miller with his second goal of the season. And a lovely, lovely bit of build-up play. That's all come from Chandler's clearance, which we won back in the midfield. Moreno brings it down on this right-hand side. It's the first action we've seen him do all game. A deflective cross. Dieng into Miller with a neat little finish past the goalkeeper. 2-0. And it looks like the 3 points are staying here at Roots Hall. Are they looking for an offside here? Surely he was onside. I was going to say, looked, he's a few yards onside. And Miller with a lovely, neat finish there. We'll make those changes with 5 minutes to go. We'll bring McEachran off for Guthrie, and we'll bring Con on for Finley Burns, who's looking a little bit tired, so we don't want him to get overrun and potentially concede in the last 2 minutes, as there is a corner here for Bolton in the middle, and it's headed over by Edwards there. It goes over the Southend bar, and we are looking like we're going to pick up the 3 points in a really good result. Final highlight for Bolton, it's a throw-in. Can we defend this ball? We'd love to keep a clean sheet today, and we have done. At the gain, another deflected shot has gone out for a corner here. 30 seconds to go. Can we head this ball away? Con heads it away, and that's it. The danger is done. Moreno chases the ball down, just seeing that game out. Doesn't even get to the ball, and there we are. We picked up the 3 points. Demani Miller there, proving why he should be starting ahead of Stephen Payne with a brace. XG 1.42 for us there to Bolton's 0.87. Look at that. I mean, a steep climb at the 1-0. And it just seems to have a few steep climbs. And 2-0, it really jumped up. But a good performance there around and much improved from Accrington. And we'll tell the boys that was a good win for us. It seemed as well that team talk that we had in midweek seems to have had a desired effect there. And that leaves us 3 goals away from the playoffs, as Cheltenham have lost today in the 87th minute to Plymouth. So there is, again, that's blown the playoff race wide open with 12 games to go. And there's the news of Oscar Bob. He's picked up a groin strain and will be out for 5 to 8 weeks. That will impact on our season, but I'm confident with Moreno there that we will be able to cover him in the right way and bring in some quality into the team too. We'll leave it there for today, viewers, and what we'll do is, if you join me again in tomorrow's episode, we'll play the Tranmere game and the Wimbledon game. If you have enjoyed that video, viewers, please don't forget to smash that like button for me, share the video around, subscribe to the channel for more content, turn your little notification bell on so you know when a video drops. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again for more next time.